So my name is John Werner, and I am so proud to be here. I received a fellowship. I was one of 10 people at Harvard University to be a Loeb Fellow, and that meant the 10 of us were officers of the school, and we got to use the resources of Harvard to try to help cities, help reinvent cities, help cities be the best. And I spent a lot of time thinking about what makes a great city. And being here today, being part of this event, reminds me that there's so much potential here. So I want to say a few things at the onset. So this is planet Earth. I got a Earth picture with India right there. I don't know if I dreamed this, but I have this knowledge in my head that this event is going to be so big in 2015, Kumbh, that the spinning of the Earth is going to be altered because so many people are going to converge. So I don't know if that's pretty big. So this is my son Matteo. Can anyone say Matteo?
Matteo.
Say hi, Matteo.
Hi, Matteo.
So Matteo's holding two frogs. And that makes me think about something when I was about your age. When I was 22, who's around 22? Okay. When I was 22, I just showed up at a school to teach. And these students were hard. They were tough kids. They were kids that had been abandoned, had tough circumstances in their life, really tough circumstances. And I show up in the middle of nowhere in New Hampshire, rural New Hampshire, a lot of trees, a lot of woods, a lot of rocks. There was a big pond that smelled like sulfur. If you know what sulfur smells like, not so good. So I spent an intense bunch of months helping kids learn. And when I first showed up, there was a tradition that they did. And it was called Frog, Newt, and Toad Day, where the 180 students would go into the woods, into this massive pond, the biggest network of ponds I'd ever seen, and go try to find frogs, newts, and toads. Now the kids did not hurt the frogs, newts, and toads. They were very good to them. We let them all go. But we devastated the ecosystem because 180 kids with more energy than the Energizer Bunny just running around the pond trying to get these toads, get these frogs. Now, when I think of Kumbh, I think of like a Frog, Newt, and Toad Day here. I don't know if that's totally appropriate, but I wanted to say I'm trying to relate to what's going to happen. So this is what a seal sees. Now let me tell you why. Who knows what this is? This is a polar bear. And my daughter, Lucia, say hi, Lucia.
Hi, Lucia.
My daughter asked me to bring this with me on this trip. I tell this story to my daughter all the time. Now, the polar bear lives on the North Pole, not the South Pole. So if you're in the South Pole and you see a polar bear, it's a mirage. It's not really there. So the polar bear eats one thing and only one thing only, and that's seal. And the seal's miserable about this. And the polar bear will stand over a hole in the ice for 40 hours straight, just waiting for a seal to pop his head up. Most seals sleep on top of the ice, and they are so scared of the polar bear. It can be 17 feet, huge paws, one slap can knock a seal out. They are so scared of the polar bear that they have a bizarre sleep pattern where they only sleep for like 4 minutes. And then they wake up, look around, make sure there's no polar bear. I'm not saying that that's like Nasik and Kumbh, but so the polar bear searches out the seal. The polar bear knows that the seal only sleeps for 4 minutes. Looks around, wakes up, goes back to sleep. The polar bear also knows that right before the seal wakes up, he does this twitch, indicating his eyes are about to open. So the polar bear does something very clever. He takes his paw and covers his nose when he sees the seal twitch, because the Arctic is